Spiritual Gangster video for growing healthy rich people. Real rich people do not measure their wealth by their money. They measure it by their time. And in under 2 minutes, I'm going to show you what I did to go online, create my first $100,000, buy a house in cash, no mortgage, retire myself from the job market, and live free to travel and spend my time how I wish and give back more. Doing all of that online and from a place when I started actually almost homeless and no job and no income. I'm going to show you how I did that in under 2 minutes. I invited people. Every day I invited people, and I was so scared to death to invite anybody or talk about it because I was afraid of rejection. People would not accept me. They'd make me feel stupid, quash my dreams, and who knows, then I'd feel worse about myself, right? But that was here's how I did it, because that's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. The opposite happened because of the way that I invited people. I've made so many friends, and some of them got into this, some of them didn't, and we became friends anyway, and it was a good experience for both of us, whether people got in or not. So here's what I said to people, and I still say this to this day. It really hasn't changed. I'll say, for example, let's say my friend's name is Jane. Hey Jane, I got into a business. I don't think it would be for you, but you know what? I think you might really like the product. I don't know for sure, but I think you might. Would you like to take a look at it? If you would, cool. If not, it's no big deal. Jane, or whoever I invited, it would be met with, I accept you, Tom. I approve of you. They would say things like, typically what was said was, sure, Tom, thanks for thinking of me. Sure, yeah, I'll take a look at it. And sometimes they look at it and they go, you know what, why wouldn't the business be for me? And I never intended for them to get into the business. I just wanted them to try the product, right? But it just happened organically that way. People liked being honored as free-thinking people. That was the invitation that I used. Another one that I use and still use to this day, hey Jane, I got into a business, keeping me out of trouble, LOL. Would you like to take a look at it? I don't know if you'd like it or not, but you might not. Either way is totally cool. Let me know and I'll share it with you. And there's so many variations of exactly that. It just works really well. You like to be honored as a free-thinking person, and so do they, and that's the whole premise for how I invite people like that. So people, right back, they dig it. People that want to see it, I say, cool, here's the video. It'll usually be a video I'd share with them. Check this video out. If you like it, cool. If not, no big deal, but if you like it, let's talk. And hey, take care. You know, that sort of a thing. Continuing to honor them as free-thinking people. If you dig the video, cool, let's talk. If it's not your thing, totally cool. I'll talk to you later. Doesn't really matter. It's all good. It grows organically that way. And the same thing for the product. If they just want to try it out to see if they like the product, it's like, okay, great. Well, here's the ordering page, and tell me what you'd like that you see on this page that you think might help you out. I'd love to hear about it. You know, that sort of a thing. Having an interest in them. And people that said, you know, this isn't really for me, then we would both walk away feeling great, because I would say, oh, no problem, man. I hope you have an awesome day, or whatever my thing was. It was basically, it's not for you, no problem, totally cool. And then, you know what would happen? A lot of the people that were not ready yet, or that flat out said, no, this isn't for me, because they walked away from it feeling good. I walked away feeling good. Even though they didn't get in, we walked away feeling good. At some point in their lives, weeks, months, days, years later, they come back to me and say, hey, Tom, remember that thing you invited me to? Well, you know what? I think I want to try it out. Show me what to do. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. It's pretty neat. So that's it. That's the invitation thing. Can you see yourself doing that? Because for most people, that is the thing that keeps them back. We can all say it's always, oh, we don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's the right thing for me. But behind all of that is the fear of being made to feel stupid by people that we show this to. But if you do it like that, what I've found, people dig it. They really do dig it, whether they get in or not. And you feel good either way, which does a lot for your confidence, a lot for how you feel about yourself, and a lot for just the relationships that you have with people that you know, and including people that you don't know. It's a pretty neat deal. So that is the presentation of the how-to. Now, what this does, this is attached to a kind of money that is the complete polar opposite of job money. And that is, this is residual money. At a job, and not to put down jobs, you have to continuously show up, or you stop getting paid. And the whole livelihood of your family and your security and your safety is in the balance of that. Residual is this. Residual means you don't have to start all over at the end of every pay period and try to make what you earned last week or last month or last year or whatever. This is already established. Let's say year 1 you make X amount of dollars. Year 2 you don't start all over and try to make X amount of dollars again. X amount of dollars is already there. It's already established. You build on top of it. And maybe your second year you have a 100% pay increase that you give yourself, or 200 or 300. Can you imagine? One year, it was over 700% for me, which I don't think would have been possible without residual income. I know that I've never had any job where a boss was going to give me a 700% pay raise. Even 7% was tough to come by. But that's a different kind of income. It's a totally different beast. Residual builds a passive income, and passive, eventually you cross a threshold of where you're making more residual and passive money than all of your expenses, luxury and necessity, and it out earns what you're doing at your job, which is a different kind of income. And at that point, you're free. You do whatever you want with your time. And here's where that's really cool. I'll give you 2 quick examples, and you draw upon these from your own experiences and the mystery of the unknown for tomorrow. But I'm adopted. 35 years it took to find my birth family. I found them. By that point, I had already been doing this a few years. I was free at that point. I had my time no longer attached to money. That's the big deal. How I spend my time, I'm detached from money. I want you to be detached from money too. Instead of working for money, detach yourself from it. And that's what this allows you to do. So now I got this beautiful extended family, my birth family, building a beautiful relationship with them. That was a few years ago now. We're going to continue to do that. I can fly long distance and go out and see them, and I'm covered financially. I can put my heart and my emotions in the moment where it needs to be, no matter what's going on. If it's a planned thing, unplanned things, because we're all going to have those unplanned things, and you're either covered or you're not. And people that aren't covered, it's very common. People have to be checked into the hospital for some kind of physical exhaustion because they physically cannot handle anymore. More recently, my mother had complicated reconstructive surgery on her foot. She's out for 3 months. I have to take care of my family. My dad needs help. My mom needs help. People need help. I'm covered. I don't have to worry about a job if I'm going to be paid, if I have to check in with a boss. I've only got a week of paid whatever, 1 or 2 days of whatever emergency leave. This is 3 months. Are you kidding? It doesn't matter. I'm covered now. And that's a big, big deal. And if it hasn't happened yet, it's coming. And I don't say that to make you afraid because, they say that the inactive people, they have a lot to be afraid of. It's true, people that don't take action. If you don't have a residual income that you're actively building, there is a lot that can go wrong that can totally destroy you and put you in the hospital for physical exhaustion. That's just the reality. But if you're covered, if you're taking steps to build residual money that's going to cover you so that you can put your heart, your soul, your energy, and your body and your spirit where it needs to be, when it needs to be, when you get the mystery of the unknown tomorrow, it'd be great if we could plan for everything, right? Well, we can't. So you're either going to be covered or you're not. And if you're taking action to be covered, you got nothing to worry about, man. Nothing to worry about. I hope that makes a ton of sense to you. And I hope I was able to show you how easy it is to build this just by inviting people the right way. And I've got all the stuff written down in journals too that everybody has access to that wants to do this, just so you know. And the product itself, it's a health and fitness product. Health and fitness, how cool is that? I mean, there's a lot of people that are going to not be around anymore. They're just going to be dead because of how they are health-wise today. How cool is it to be able to show somebody that we love and care about something that could potentially save their lives so that they are around 10 years from now and they're around living well because of you, because you gave a damn, you stepped up and you helped somebody out. That, I mean, wow. And the fact you get to build a residual income from that, profiting from helping people versus profiting from hurting people. That's a huge difference, man. That is huge. So the company that makes the health product, Team Beachbody. Look them up. There's positive and negative reviews. You decide if you want to attach yourself to negative or if you want to attach yourself to positive. And if you want to attach yourself to positive, then I would like you to reach back out to the person who invited you to watch this and state what your intention is, or if you have more questions, ask anything you want. If I invited you, then I look forward to hearing back from you, so get in touch with me. And by the way, you will have access to this video and any of my videos that you want to use. So all you have to do is invite the way that I showed you, and you have nothing to be fearful of because people like it. This just got a lot easier, didn't it? You don't have to be a presenter, because I can do that for you. And you don't have to be fearful of people not accepting you and people just putting up resistance for whatever reason because of this kind of way we invite, honoring people as free-thinking people. You can empathize with that. You want to be honored as free-thinking. This is really wonderful for people that want to be critical, free-thinking people with regard for other people. I'll hear from you real soon. Bye for now.